Hey, you already know who it ain't. It's your mans and them. It's the Mr. Peter Parker podcast. Tito, it's a Paul Pierce summer.
The truth.
We out here, man. Today on the show, we're going to talk to Florida basketball legend Zack Hodkins. Doing it on the playground. He played at Florida. He played overseas. He has one hand and like a little short.
Killing him on.
Killing them, bro. We're talking to him. We're talking vaccines. We're talking getting back outside. Little NBA action. Season's winding down. Welcome to episode 11 of the Mr. Peter Parker podcast. Tito's in here. Let's get it.
You.
All right. Welcome to the program, Tito. Zack Hodkins, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause. Welcome to the Mr. Peter Parker. Throw it up, man. Throw it up, man.
What up?
What up, G? Thanks for having me on. Big fan, man, honestly.
My guy, bro. I seen you do your thing on social media recently. And I remember hearing about you a few years ago through ESPN, and you had a lot of press on you playing ball with one hand. You have like show your arm again.
So it's like, it's cut off right at my elbow, but I got like 4 or 5 inches after that to like really work with it, man. That's like
it moves a little bit. It moves.
It moves, man. That's how I grip the ball in the end and shoot, like, you know, like help me guide hand. So like it's you know, to me, it's like my left hand. It feels like I got fingers, honestly.
That's dope, man. You were born like this. This wasn't an accident.
All right, umbilical cord. You know, nothing anybody could ever do to prevent that. You know, it happens to a lot of mothers, but you know, I'm just lucky to be alive, honestly. So it's like that.
Wow. No, really cool stuff. You played high-level college basketball. This is like, I mean, look, I grew up knowing who Jim Abbott was, right? Like a guy who played for the Angels, and he's a pitcher. I had all the baseball cards. I was like, Jim Abbott's the man, bro. He's the man. And you took it to a level, though, in basketball where, bro, guys that are fully capable can't really make it to this level. Talk about that experience a little bit walking on in Florida, man.
Oh, you know, I just remember having a conversation with my father when I was like 13 and just being naive to my hand. I was just like, man, Dad, I want to play for like a SEC team like one day. And, you know, him just being a good supporter, he's like, all right, let's get there. So we just got in the gym every day, you know, never said no, never listened to anybody, man. I think I just became the best shooter possible that guy could become. And just, you know, got to that point where I knew I could compete at the highest level. I could move and be physical with those guys.
Right.
You know, I've always been a Florida fan. So when Billy Donovan, you know, Hall of Fame coach, you know, asked if I wanted to be a preferred walk-on man, I said yes immediately.
Wow.
So just like a dream come true, man. You know.
So people kind of knew about you coming up too. You probably had some press on you in high school, and so guys knew about what you were doing. So wow, Billy Donovan, that's very dope, man. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about going to a smaller school where you could really play a lot, or was it going to the big school was the dream?
Well, it was in my head because like I was kind of coming to the end of my high school career. You know, I was like, man, maybe I should, you know, go D2, go D3. But as soon as I got that offer, like, dude, all that went out of my head.
Yeah,
I just saw something like, it's always been a platform for me, man. Like, I just feel like I can inspire and lead people. And so I just want to be at the highest level and at the highest platform to do that. So I'm going to continue that.
That's super cool, man. That is super cool.
Thank you.
I put a lot of people on with I was retweeting like on the Insta stories a lot because I would see you just murdering dudes. And I'm like, oh, look at this. Like, put this up, guys. Everybody that's lazy, watch this. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Man, much appreciated. I really appreciate that.
Man, big look. Do people still underestimate you when you get out there, or do you feel like they know what time it is?
Bro, I'll tell you what. I'm leaving Miami because I just got done filming with the professor.
Oh, the man, the legend, dude, the legend.
And so if this gives you any kind of a hint of what people think of us, the professor is set in stone legend, right?
Yeah.
Millions of followers, everyone. There's still dudes coming to the court talking crazy like he can't do anything, like it's fake. The professor. And I'm like, dude, I'm talking to these dudes like, no, this, like, they're like, does he like fake his videos? I'm like, bro, no, like, well, he's right here. Look at him. So if they're underestimating that guy,
They definitely underestimated you.
This shit. Yeah.
Now, I had a kid DM me randomly from like the Tampa area, and I guess you had been playing in the parks, and he played softball in the park, and he's like, I watched that kid play all the time. And I was like, dude, you guys really moving around doing this street ball thing for real. This is very dope, man.
That's right, dude. I mean, like, we left 2 days ago, went straight to Miami. Crashed with the professor, got right in the car this morning. We're headed to go, Nick Briz.
I've heard of him. Yes.
Yeah. So he's like blowing up right now, but he's like my boy. So he always wants me in his videos. So I'm going to film with him. Then we're going right back home, filming again for myself. We're just going to keep it going.
Dude, so at this point right now, you play pro overseas. You kind of did like the journey, the basketball journey. And for a lot of people, like, this is the first time I've mentioned it on the podcast. Tito knows. I just talked to you about it. I played a little Division III 20 years ago, right? And when I got done with it, I was like, all right, I got into radio. I got into like music stuff more. And I kind of put the basketball aside. What are you now, 26, 27? How old are you?
25.
You're 25. You're still really young. You've continued on playing at a very high level. Do you think you've gotten better? Are you better now than you were when you were in Florida?
Absolutely. Just, man, I think, like trial and error, like the best way to become a better basketball player isn't like cones. It's not drills. It's just getting out there and playing as many games as possible. So my experience level is so high. I've played more games than anybody I know. So, it's just, I get out there and I think it's like chess. I'm like a couple plays ahead of these guys. And it's just a lot of fun, man. I got my confidence really high right now. I think it's good to put on video.
I believe it too. Like there's a 10,000 hour rule you talk about when you're being a professional at anything. And when you get to that certain level past that 10,000 hours, it's like when the magic starts happening and you start throwing them behind the back passes through traffic with one arm on the internet. It's like, wait a minute, guys. This is something special, man. Where you want to take it, Zach? Where you want to go with this, man?
Dude, motivational speaking.
Yeah.
That's my end goal. I want to speak all over the world because my body's only going to hold up so long. Plus, I'm playing outside,
So, dude, it's brutal out there, man.
Brutal, bro. So, but like I said earlier, man, I've always thought I was a leader in my head, and I still think I am, and I want to pursue that, honestly. And I want to just inspire some kids, man. So I think God gave me this swag and this confidence for a reason. I want to share it.
I love that's what it is, though, dog. Like
I want to share something with you on that because we talking about the kids. My son is actually who put me on to you. That's who I saw your first videos from. He's 7 years old. And he said to me, Dad, can you come look at this kid? He has one arm and he's playing basketball. And he was amazed. And he was like, really, really. So I do want to let you know that you are reaching the kids. You are doing a good job at it. Just keep up the good work. Because he came to me like, Dad, you got to see this. You got to see this. Real pumped up. And it was dope, cool, dope experience. Yeah.
Dude, and thank you for telling me that, man, because that's just like fueling our tank. We're going to keep going. Like, we take that, man, for sure. I appreciate that.
And you played a little baseball too, right?
I played when I was little, and I was pretty good too. My dad played like college baseball and tried to go pro, but he knows baseball, so he taught me that.
Yeah, no, I was telling Tito too, I saw you catch a football. It's like you're a really great athlete overall. If you had both your things, you know what I mean? I feel like you would be Caruso at this point, you know what I mean? But it's like,
thank you, man. You guys, they're gassing me up too much.
This is what we do, bro. This is our
get out
podcast.
Of this car, bro. No, my head doesn't fit in this car right now.
This is the Flowers podcast. We show love, bro. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it, dude. I love this, man. Thank you guys.
We watch a lot. You know what I mean? Do you think at this point it's a handicap or is it an advantage for you?
I think God put it as a handicap at first until I figured it out.
Right.
And now it is my advantage. It's my ticket to what I want to do, man. It's like, I was just talking about it with Grayson last night, the professor. He was saying like, he's small and skinny and like, but he's quick. So like he figured it out, he found his niche. And so he shared that with me.
That's really cool, man. Okay. We need some predictions real quick. Are you staying current up to date with the current NBA?
Yes.
Do you like the new NBA game? Do you like the finesse game? I see you playing bully ball out there. I see you aggressive. It's a much more of a finesse game. It's changed a lot in the last 20 years. Do you like the new NBA game?
I'd be happy with a more common medium between the two.
Yeah, me too.
Man, there is a lot of finesse, a lot of ISO, which we're not accustomed to. We don't play like that. We play bully ball and we play team ball.
Right.
I love that. I love scrapping. We like physicality, and dude, that's where it's at. I was actually talking to some people that watched our pickup runs the other night, and they were like, "Dude, I like watching this more than the NBA because how many times do you like see scuffles and a foul call and the play's over? And you're like, damn." But with us, we keep playing, and you're like, oh shit, like
it's
crazy, like, and like, yeah, it's fun to watch. So
I grew up playing on courts like that, like the outside in like a park somewhere, and like people would gather. It doesn't really happen as much in the Northeast anymore, but I feel like in Florida, you guys have a really big street ball scene happening. I really do. It's very, very cool shit, dude. This year's NBA Finals, who do you see in the matchup? What's your prediction?
I can't go against LeBron because, dude, LeBron always gets there, man. So I got LeBron for the East.
Bucks, Philly.
I'll take Philly.
Wow. I feel like the Celtics are a
sleeper
Nets squad. You know what I mean? The Nets.
Oh, Nets, dude. I forgot about the Nets, bro. All right. Woo. I'm gonna take the Nets, but I can't.
If they're healthy, they're unstoppable. They're unstoppable.
I agree. All
right,
top
5.
So Lakers, Nets.
All right, Lakers, Nets. That's fair. Top 5 NBA players of all time.
All time. Okay, I got MJ and LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
I got Bill Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe's gotta be.
Kobe's in there. Love Kobe, man.
Have to.
And who's my point guard? I'm just gonna go with one of my favorite point guards. This is gonna sound crazy. It's not even gonna fit in, but I'm gonna go Jay Will. That's my man, Florida boy.
I knew you were gonna say that for Florida, man. I knew you were gonna say that.
I know there's goats out there. Somebody's gonna hit me up, but Jay Will's my boy, Florida man. So I'm gonna go with Jay Will.
He's great, man. Yo, thanks for coming on today, man. We're really excited for you in the future. I'm gonna find you and come down there and hoop with you guys. Trust and believe. I'm coming down there, bro. Watch, man.
Dude, listen.
Come down there.
Please do. We are always inviting a guest, dude. That's the most fun. So we're gonna get you the rock. We're gonna get you some buckets, bro.
I'm shooting from the parking lot. Let's go, man. Come on.
I'll grab that rebound for you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's a brick. It's gonna be a brick. You know what I mean?
I gotta say one thing though.
Go ahead.
I like your productions. My main man is MGK.
Wow. So me and you go back then a little bit.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Mr. Peter Parker.
Yeah,
I know,
MrPeterParker.com.
Were you on 100 Words and Running?
Yeah, that was me. I was the one yelling over the tape.
Yes, dude. So I was in high school just banging that shit every day, dude. Every day. 100 words and running, and 100 more coming.
Dude, that was classic Kells too, when he was coming out of Cleveland and he was really rapping. You know what I mean? Like, yo, they hit me up back then and they wanted me to do the tape. And I remember I charged them, Tito, $600 because I was like, I think he's gonna do something. I'm gonna keep the car. I'm like, I'll do it for $600. And they paid me to do the tape.
Yeah.
Get out of here, bro. Those are my guys, man. Shout to Slim. Shout to all those guys. Yo, congratulations to you, Zach. We're going to keep an eye on you, and I'll stay in contact, and I have friends in Florida, and I'm coming down there, bro. Wow.
Yeah. I love that, man. Please come, dude. Thank you for having me on, bro. This is awesome. So I appreciate it, bro.
Have fun this afternoon, man.
Absolutely. We got you,
much
bro.
love. Thanks a lot, bro.
Yo,
thanks.
Love, man.
Peace,
fellas.
Peace.
All right, fellas.
See ya.
Peace. It's pretty cool stuff right there, bro.
Yeah, man.
He's like, I'm a big fan in the beginning. I'm like, they all say that. They all say that.
Yeah, right. Big fan. That's dope, though.
Yo, and the magic of the mixtapes, how they got out to people. And I take that for granted. I forget that kids his age listen to 100 Words and Running, and it did 400,000 or 500,000 downloads. Right. Probably almost 1 million downloads at this point. Dude, that's cool, man. Shout to Zach. Very cool dude. I think he's got a great future for himself coming up because what he's doing is definitely inspiring. Tito, how do you feel today, my friend?
I'm good, man. How are you? I'm been chilling, just trying to maintain things. Feel like life is coming back a little bit. We went to a barbecue this weekend.
And you're vaxxed, right? Are you vaxxed?
I am fully vaccinated, which I'm very, very, very
you feel good.
I'm excited about it. I got some other news. The EU is opening up for people that are fully vaccinated, so I'll be able to go to Ireland soon and see the fam and do all that kind of stuff and enjoy myself. And
can you clarify something for me? We had the passing of Bobby Sands, the anniversary, I think, of his death recently, on the same day that House of Pain dropped Jump Around.
May 5th.
Right, May 5th. He was on a hunger strike when he died.
Yep.
Right. Why was this man for 60-something days doing this?
He was fighting for the injustices that the British government had set on the people in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
And he was jailed for it, and he went on a hunger strike. There was a lot of guys locked up
scene about it,
to make a statement and to let us the plight be known, what was going on with the British government and the Irish people, and he went on a hunger strike and died May 5th, 1981.
66 days.
40 years to anniversary this year.
Right.
It's if you go up to Derry in Northern, I don't want to get into it too crazy, but if you go up to Derry, there's a lot of stuff about him out there. There's a lot of memorials for like a lot of the people killed.
He's a legend, man. Bobby Sands, man. I grew up next to Derry, New Hampshire. Nothing like Northern Ireland. Nothing.
Yeah, it's quite the place, man. But that was the 40th anniversary. I want to ask Danny about that. Danny Boy.
We're gonna talk to him soon, man.
Because they dropped the single on May 5th. Because it's something that I know that he talks about once in a while.
They had to have planned that. That makes sense.
If that was planned,
they had to have been.
And it's crazy because Bobby Sands was also, me and him share a birthday together. He was born March 9th, 1954.
Oh, wow. Yo, the House of Pain stories, people that don't really know a lot about House of Pain kind of take them as just like novelty act or whatever. Their other albums outside of the first one are really good. And the stories behind the scenes of how that thing came together. I interviewed Lethal, and he was telling me that the beats that he made for like Shamrocks and Shenanigans and Jump Around, they were made with his dad's like record collection in the house, and they were the first beats that he ever made in his whole life.
Wow, that's crazy.
They were like the first 3 beats where that's what it was. And then he ended up and then went right from high school on a world tour. The House of Pain would Jump Around like the craziest shit in the world. So it's like, there was a little magic behind that, man. But
definitely.
August, Boston's opening up. July, New York's going to turn into the most unbelievable 4th of July super spreader event we've ever seen in the history of the tri-state area.
Please say no. Please say
it's
no.
It's happening, bro.
No, I know July 1st they're opening up. Like, I just really hope that it doesn't become that, because I don't think we can handle another shutdown, things getting crazy again. You know what I mean?
I don't want it, man.
That's why I think it's my shameless plug, but I think that's why everybody needs to get vaccinated, and I mean, I know people have their own personal opinions on it, and but I don't know, you got to follow science. I feel like science is
really person per person basis when you talk to people. Like, everybody's got their own perspective on the thing, their own beliefs. Like, when you deal with people's beliefs in general, like it's all personal, dog. Like, it's all
but
personal.
it's like so some people will say like, oh, I don't want to put that shit in my body, but then they'll smoke a fucking backwood. And you know what I mean, and like
pork
then
sandwiches and stuff like
and
that.
Then they drink alcohol and they poison it. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's like I like, you don't know what stuff is gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, I saw something funny meme like, I won't take the vaccine, but tonight I'm gonna go out and lick someone's asshole. You know what I mean? Like, some stranger's asshole. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus, Tito.
But like, no, but like, you know what I mean? Like, that's one of the things. Like, I'll go hook up with a random stranger and fucking end up.
But I won't take the vaccine.
But I'm not going to take the vaccine. Like, fuck you. You know what I mean?
I used to take flu shots back in the day when I was younger, and I hadn't taken one for years. And I took the first joint. I had my next one on Monday. I'm trying to get back out here. A little apprehensive about getting back out here in these streets. I've heard nothing but garbage about the nightlife scene and just how people, like, it's different. Like, I was watching today, CBS This Morning or whatever. They're saying there's a huge gap in like the service industry. People don't want to go back to work. They're like, look, if I'm making an employment and I'm making this much money, or I'm going to go put up with all this and no.
But what's gonna happen though? People are gonna see, like, I know someone that went out recently and they gave their waiters $100 tip.
Right. I gave $50 plus tip.
You know what I mean? That, I mean, that was, more than what their bill was. They
went out of their way. Right.
They went out of their way, that to do that for somebody, because they felt like this person has gone through a lot, and they wanted to do it for him. And I think when you see stories like that, I think a lot of people are going to come out and start sharing, their money and their wealth and letting people know that, they're here for them. And hopefully that people will start seeing that, oh, I'm getting big tips, so I'll get back into the service industry, because they were hit hard. And a lot of these restaurant owners, everybody wants to go out. Everybody wants to go do stuff, but if there's no way to work these places, how are they going to be able to do it?
The whole thing was on the Cape this morning. They just showed Cape Cod, and they got business guys trying to hire 400 employees, and there's nobody. And then,
it'll turn into is like, the people will get work visas and come from out of town.
That's exactly what they're saying. That's what they're
saying. And then everybody will complain about this. They came and took our jobs because you know what?
Because unemployment runs out now. Your service industry jobs.
You know what? You know what though? Here's the thing. That's why the minimum wage needs to be $15, and that's why
at least.
Didn't mean to get all deep on this stuff, but
it's like it is.
But you know what I mean? Like this is why you come out and pay these people what they deserve. After being shut inside for over a year, you know what I mean? Like, dude, it needs to happen.
It's going to change. The game's going to change because this guy was saying, like, I have to barter with people. There's people out here. I heard giving bonuses to employees that are getting vaccines. You get $100 bonus at your job for going to get the vaccine because they can't tell people you got to get it, but they want incentives.
My brother-in-law, that happened to my brother-in-law. He works in retail. He got a $100 bonus for getting the shot.
Nice, man.
He was pumped about that,
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. Happy to have Zack on today. He was very, very cool kid. And, I'm excited for what he's got going on. I feel with him, though, talking about the NBA game, I like it, but it's a little soft. The players all kind of have the same similar skill set. They all kind of have the same moves. And I liked it. I was watching highlights the other day of Iverson's 2001 MVP season. And just how unique all the players were on the court and everybody's style, and people were really tough. And it was just it was a different game, man. Different.
Everybody's got a step back jumper now. It's like, I'm sick of that shit.
Bro, it's Steph Curry. Everybody want to be the Steph, shoot from way deep. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, I definitely see, we'll see how it goes. But right now, it's definitely different.
Who do you got in the finals, Pete?
Okay. All right. I think the Celtics cannot be taken for granted. I think they could sneak up on anybody. They could beat the Bucks. They could beat the Sixers. If Brooklyn stays healthy, though, James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving, nobody's beating those guys. That's like
they're definitely a hard to beat team.
Hard to beat. Anthony Davis and LeBron are tough too.
But I also think that with that, they're a super team. Knowing that they all are a super team, the people are they're gonna think, oh, it's just expected. We're gonna win. You know what I mean? And that's what the attitude you can't have. And I feel like all three of those guys can potentially have that attitude. Do you know what I mean?
I believe it. They've been playing tough though. I've been watching.
Feel like no, but I'm not downplaying their skill but they have that, we're not going to lose type of mentality. And all it takes is for them to turn it on. But,
I would say right now, LA is really tough. LeBron and Anthony Davis are great. If you look at Western Conference, I like this pick.
Do you know much about the play-in? This play-in
I heard
tournament?
a little bit about it. That basically it's going to be, and what is it like? It's like Portland and somebody playing in the West Coast. It looks good.
So the 9th and 10th, the 7, 8, 9, and 10 all play a game.
Yeah.
For the 7th and 8th spot.
Cool.
And then whoever wins goes into this bracket tournament.
More basketball. I love it. Let's go. A league pass.
Well, that's what they're saying.
Day too.
They're saying that it should be competitive, make for competitive games and coming down the stretch. Because at this point, people are fighting. I think there's a game and a half between.
It's really tight all the way
6th, 7th, 8th spot. So at this point, anybody could get in, and it might have to play this playoff game, and so that's making things competitive, which is a good thing.
That's what's up,
I suppose.
I'm excited. I got the league pass, and the next day you can watch the replay of all the games in the league, everything, even if it's like ESPN or whatever local. So I've been watching all the stuff last couple of weeks, and Bucks are pretty good. Sixers are all right. I don't really like the Sixers. We'll see though. I'm definitely enjoying it.
I see the Paul Pierce in the background.
It's a Paul Pierce summer. It really is. You know what I mean? And that's a 52, so I'm not wearing it. I'm trying to get them resized, but I feel like the numbers will be going to be really big. Yeah, I found that, hung that up. You know what I mean? Just to commemorate all his greatness on and off the court.
Love Paul. Shouts to Paul.
That's fine, man. It's fine, man. All right, man. That was episode 11. So Mr. Peter Parker podcast. That's Tito. I'm Parker. We're on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, SoundCloud. When I get to it, it's happening.
Like, subscribe, follow, all that jazz, and get it done. All that jazz. Yo, quick shout out, real quick before we take off.
Go ahead.
To our friend Christian.
Oh yeah.
He's got the two redheads and a blonde barbecue popping off.
He's doing like a charity thing he's got going on. He's got some pork in the backyard.
He's got some merch. He's selling some stuff. He's doing it for charity. So shouts to him.
Big shout to Mitchell, man. I know he's seen him cutting all type of meat. Man, he's really
he's got pastrami. He's got all types of stuff in there, bro. He's got
a whole pit. It's not like they had the Wu-Tang joints on him and his girl. I know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I know what they're doing. Shout to Mitchell. That's it. Episode 11. We're coming back. I'm working on getting potentially DJ Clue onto the show. Talking to him about the mixtape game. Working on getting Danny Boy on the program. And I don't know. Hopefully Frost can tap in and we'll figure something out.
We will get it going.
Hey, enjoy your afternoon.
My guy. Peace.
Oh.